Open the meeting for comment from the public at this time. Anybody wishing to address the board may do so. There being none, we'll have a chance at the end of the meeting. Minutes of the previous meeting, January 19th.
Make a motion to accept the regular minutes of the meeting of January 19th.
Second that.
Moved by trustee Martin, seconded by trustee Treadwell. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carried. Bills, you all have copies of the bills in front of you.
There's no additions or deletions. Motion to pay bills?
Second?
Moved by trustee Moore, seconded by trustee Martin. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Correspondence.
We received an application for a liquor license from Sandy's Deli, and they'll be using a trade name of Last Resort at 90 Montgomery Street, and this is for informational purposes only. It will be provided to the municipality 30 days in advance. And that's it for correspondence.
Thank you. That's for information only. Okay. Report of the mayor and the board of trustees. Resolution for inspection of elections.
Resolution 2016-02, Inspectors of Election, whereas pursuant to Article 15, Section 116 of the 1979 State of New York election law, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Rouses Point is charged with adopting resolution appointing the Inspectors of Election, appointing a chairperson thereof, and fixing their compensation. Therefore, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Rouses Point is hereby resolved that the Inspectors of Election shall be Mary Rasco, Chief Inspector, Mariel Lefebvre, Elaine Favreau, the alternates Patricia Racine and Carol Manor. The chairperson shall be Mary Rasco. Compensation shall be fixed at $11.80 per hour for the election chairperson and $11.11 per hour for the inspectors. The resolution shall take effect immediately, and we need a roll call vote.
Make a motion to accept the resolution.
Second that.
Moved by trustee Martin, seconded by trustee Treadwell. Roll call vote, trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Moore.
Aye.
Trustee Treadwell.
Aye.
And trustee Mott.
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye.
Thank you.
And resolution number 3, voter registration day.
Notice is hereby given that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Rouses Point, Clinton County, New York, has on the first day of February 2016 passed a resolution setting forth the voter registration day for the 2016 village election. A copy of the complete resolution is as follows. Whereas the next general village election of officers will be held on the 15th of March 2016, and whereas no person shall be entitled to vote at any village election whose name does not appear on the register of election district in which he or she claims to be entitled to vote. And whereas it is the duty of the inspectors of election to prepare such register of qualified voters for the district for which they are appointed, and whereas the village officials have chosen to hold a registration day for the general village election. Now therefore be it resolved that, number 1, the inspectors of election shall meet upstairs at the village complex at 139 Lake Street on the 9th day of February 2016, beginning at 8:30 a.m. and ending at 4 o'clock p.m. to commence the preparation of the register for the forthcoming village election. 2, registration for the village shall be held on Saturday, the 5th of March 2016. 3, such registration shall be held at the village offices at 139 Lake Street, Rouses Point, New York, from 12 o'clock noon until 5 o'clock p.m. 4, voting for the forthcoming village election shall be conducted at Halstead Hall, Rouses Point Civic Center, 39 Lake Street, Rouses Point, New York. The polls will be open from the hours of 12 o'clock noon until 9 o'clock p.m. 5, at least 10 days prior to the registration day set in this resolution, a copy of such resolution shall be published in the official newspaper and a copy be posted in at least one conspicuous public place in each election district. This This resolution shall take effective immediately, and we need a roll call vote.
Motion to accept the resolution?
Second.
Moved by trustee Martin, second by trustee Moore. Roll call vote, trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Moore.
Aye.
Trustee Mott.
Aye.
Trustee Treadwell.
Aye.
How did it mess up? Okay, the mayor will come. An update on the Champlain Hudson Power Express transmission. On the 28th of January, Doug Ferris, the village engineer, and myself, and all meet to this public hearing. We found it very informative. They gave us a complete map, which is down to the village office, of the whole length, of what that's gonna do, where it's going in the water, where it's coming out, where it's going underground. And there was a period of questions, and we found a couple of things on their chart that weren't kosher as far as the village was concerned, and they told us, very good. They will be holding another public hearing in February, and they will be meeting with us sometime in February to go over the issues that we brought up. So, it was worthwhile. Very interesting, and laid two cables about that big down the lake. Give cheap power to the city of New York from Canada. Yeah, I was glad I went, because it didn't have our outfall line indicated, or our old outfall line indicated, or they had the water intake indicated, but we're not sure it's the right length.
How close to shore are they coming down?
All right.
How close to shore?
Well, it's out in the channel. Just for your information, that cable is going to be carrying high voltage, but it's going to be DC. Everybody wonders, well, there's a reason for that. There's no line loss, DC. And it's easier to, environmentally safe. You don't get the magnetic field set up as you get off on DC current. So more information coming. The welcome sign to Ross's Point. This really bugged me because we sent them back to the guy that made them because the paint deteriorated on them. And I didn't realize it's the lettering, all the lettering on there is done in gold leaf. But he told me that he fixed them. We got a bill for $1,600, and I called him. I said, you were supposed to send me an estimate. And he says, come to think of it, you're right. I did say I was gonna do that. I said, well, you put me in a hell of a fix. Because I said, now we gotta pay for this bill, because the signs are done. And I said, supposing the board doesn't wanna pay it. He didn't know what to say to that.
What did the signs cost new, George? Do you
Oh,
recall?
I can't think of it, it was 10, 15 years ago, yeah. I can look it up, I can
No,
look
I'm just out of curiosity.
I know they're expensive
I think they were like $5,000.
for the three.
Yeah.
I guess if it's 15,
He said they were
$1,600
tough,
every
a
10
lot
years,
tougher
I think
shape
that-
than he thought.
I looked at that, as he says in this, in the audit paperwork, it said the last 15 years, so $1,600, you divide that, that's $50 a sign per year.
Yeah, that's
For having to lift the sign from the village lot.
Point is, he didn't give us a price like he was supposed to. You know, he went ahead and did it.
Right.
Is that a guarantee on the sign?
Pardon?
Is that a 15-year guarantee on the sign?
He said they should last 15 years.
There's no guarantee
They
on that.
lasted all of that anyway, because they were put up, oh my God, how close some of them were.
Yeah, well, them signs ain't been there for 15 years.
Talking about me.
No.
I have no idea. All he says is. the
10
sign-
probably, if that.
Yeah, so the sign's been repaired, repainted, and rebuilt. They look like new, and you should get another 15 years out of them. Okay, so there's no guarantee that they're gonna still be.
Still say somebody in the village of Ross Point could have painted them signs. A lot
Saying-
cheaper than that.
Not saying that they couldn't have, and if, like George said, if the board would have known it was gonna be $1,600, well, they probably would have brought them back. But the guy wanted to take a look at them to give us an estimate, and he gets them over there, then he
The
just.
technology today, you could have took a picture of them and sent them a picture of that.
Is the public comment of this meeting still open?
No,
Okay.
I would personally call him, Jordan, so we're not paying that much, because you never gave us a quote like you're supposed to,
we could do that.
to see what you could settle with.
Take a motion to table this until we get some more info.
I'll second that.
Call him.
Call him and just see if there's something
Tell
he
the
can
board
do.
wants to know what he can do, because he never gave a quote.
I have a motion made by trustee Martin and seconded by trustee Treadwell. Is there any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor, vote by the usual sign of aye.
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 Those opposed, motion carries. Resolution number 6, downtown waterfront revitalization strategy and implement capital project fund. Arson, do you know about this?
Yeah, I'm the one that wrote it.
What?
I said I'm the one that wrote it. I was talking to Melissa the other day, we were going over some projects, and she told me I could close this one out, so. This is on contract T007070. It's a downtown and waterfront revitalization strategy implementation capital project fund closeout resolution. Whereas the Board of Trustees has determined that the village no longer needs the 2009 EPF downtown and waterfront revitalization strategy implementation capital project fund, and because the project is completed and funding has been received, and whereas the treasurer has submitted a complete accounting of the project revenues and expenditures showing a zero balance in the project fund, which is on the back of the resolution. Be therefore resolved that the Board of Trustees does hereby declare the project complete and authorizes the treasurer to close the capital project fund. This resolution shall take effect immediately, with the question before going put to a roll call vote.
Motion to accept the resolution?
Second.
Moved by trustee Martin, seconded by trustee Moore. Roll call vote, trustee Martin,
Aye.
trustee Moore,
Aye.
trustee Mott, trustee Treadwell,
Aye.
and the mayor votes aye. And I think that's it for me. I have to look, second page. That's it. All right, trustee Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The only thing I have tonight is to request authorization for the code enforcement to attend the 21st Annual Northern Adirondack Educational Conference in Lake Placid from February 28th to March 2nd, 2016. Its approximate cost is going to be around $638. The conference cost is $320 and about $106 a night.
You can make all them, Clifford?
Yes, sir.
Motion send it.
Second.
Moved by trustee Moore, seconded by trustee Martin. Any discussion, board? There being no discussion, all those in favor, vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried.
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee Martin. Trustee Moore? I have nothing. Thank you, trustee Moore. Trustee Mott?
I have nothing.
Thank you, trustee Mott. Trustee Treadwell?
Just an update on the library. So I'll just read this letter from the library board, it's signed by all the library board here. The trustees of the Rouses Point Dodge Moore Library would like to appoint Angela Tippalows. Okay. To the up to 21-hour library page position. We would prefer that she be able to start her training in February 2nd, 2016. So I'd just like to make a motion that we allow her to be hired. The library board's already interviewed and done all that work, so.
Second that.
Moved by trustee Treadwell, seconded by trustee Martin. Any discussion? If there be no discussion, all those in favor, vote by the usual sign of aye.
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 Those opposed, motion carried.
You, Arson, you all set?
Yeah, I was just making sure it was a different pay rate than the other position.
Yep, it was, yep. The other thing, just an update on the library ramp. Stan Jasper got the contract to build that out of aluminum and then bring the pieces over to the village garage, which the guys will be doing the install on the composite decking. He started on that project last week. I didn't get a chance to go over today to see how he's coming. But when the pieces get built, he will bring them over to the village garage for the guys to install the decking, and then when the weather permits, they'll do the install on that. Stan will be helping to do the install on that as well. On that part of it, so that's just an update for information. I'd just like to have the village, the board have a discussion. Seems like we're having more and more complaints about three issues in the village right-of-ways, whether they're over top of people's houses, or people feel like they're going into the village utilities, sewer lines, whatever the case may be. So I don't know if the village board, if they want to do anything about it. We want to look into the future of no more planting in the village right-of-way as they start to lift up the sidewalks and perhaps do damage to the underground power cables, sewer lines. So just for discussion on.
Is it written any place what the village right away is?
I guess it depends on which street it's on.
The village street by street?
It depends on street by street, from what I understand that to be. So just something for us to think about, something I think we should address in the future. Because as these trees keep on getting bigger and we keep on having more problems and the roots keep on going deeper, what is this gonna do to our water lines, power lines, sewer lines, on and on it goes. So just something to something to think about. If you guys wanna do something, a resolution on that in the future, or whatever we wanna do.
Please put roughing in the village right away. That way you don't have to worry about it.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, you know, unfortunately, it's the village that mostly plants in the village right away, throughout too much other things, so it's just something for the future, just so we can discuss it and figure out what we wanna do if you guys wanna do anything. So,
I think that's a good idea, Ward, because I don't think any of us give us any thought about the underground electric.
well, the underground electric, but as the trees get larger, they're also moving our sidewalks, they're also, you know, everything, so it's just, I don't know, nothing to think about, that's it, so, that's all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Treadwell. Donna?
I have nothing.
Madam Clerk? Jean?
Is
Hello.
that Gene?
Speaking of trees, I did speak with Mr. Gibo, and I am still waiting for a response from him with regards to his tree issue. An update on the speed study of several months ago, DOT got a hold of me this week to advise that it's in progress, and that we should expect to hear from them perhaps by April. Also, that we are still working with the NIPHL Hockey League, hoping that we might be able to have something happen positive there. Nothing yet, but still in contact with them. And we have scheduled an ultimate wrestling match. I went back out to the woman today to confirm that she is still interested for 5/21 and September 10th. And she also threw out for their schedule 2 events in 2017. So nothing is final on that, it's kind of just all under the wire right now, but those are some of the things that are going on. That's it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Arsen?
just a reminder to get the budget sheets in if anybody still has anything else. Also too, I like to have, I guess Junior, I need to have an executive session to discuss a personnel issue.
Motion for, I guess that's your personnel issue.
I'll second that.
Personnel issue.
Personnel issue, executive session.
Oh, I thought we were gonna have a board meeting without it.
It'll be quick.
It's impossible.
Here.
Second.
I second it.
You made it. Moved by trustee Moore, second by trustee Treadwell, any discussion? There being no discussion, roll call vote.
Aye.
Trustee Martin? Trustee Moore?
Aye.
Trustee Mott?
Aye.
Trustee Treadwell?
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. That's it, Arsen?
Yes.
Clifford?
No, sir.
Thank you. Brian?
The weather's been great for us. We've been doing a lot of maintenance. We're actually starting to work on our trucks, sandblasting the frames, painting them because there's no snow.
Yeah.
And we sandblasted one of the trucks today and they have it half painted and we're doing a lot of maintenance, building maintenance.
How's the lights going up the sewer plant?
They're just about done. They're doing in the outside oxidation ditch. There's a few electrical problems. We're tracing out wires, but that's almost done and we'll finish taking down the transformers on Chapman Street, once that little project's done. But the weather's been with us, I mean, we're gonna save a lot of money on our salt this year, our sand usage. I mean, hopefully, the weather stays like this, we'll be in really good shape. I got the contract from the county today, the blacktop went down $6.22 a ton, so that's good.
Good.
So, it all adds up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Open the meeting to the public at this time. Anybody that wishes to address the board may do so. There being nobody.
Motion for a short recess.
Second. Moved by trustee Moore, seconded by trustee Martin. Follow up? No. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.